Hey there, Internet. Welcome to another episode of The John Grave Show, and I am your host. And yeah, today I'm talking about Log Horizon and what kind of went on this week. And also, I kind of have to do a massive breakdown of kind of why a lot of people are really calling Log Horizon boring now, whereas, well, boring and underwhelming compared to all the other fantastic shows such as Strike the Blood and Kill la Kill and Hunter x Hunter. It's like, really, shows like that. And I know why people do that, and I will break that down for you as soon as I get past this little recap, which probably might take me a minute to do. So yeah, this week in Log Horizon, kind of what I was expecting from last episode of them possibly doing way more combat heavy episodes of them telling a story through combat and also trying to get the world, while also still trying to talk about fixing up the world. They even went as far as painting the illusion of we are done with the castle stuff. We are going to now show the main characters trying to clear an area, killing goblins, and possibly making it feel more like an MMO of them actually getting something done than just sitting around doing diplomatic stuff all day. But that didn't happen. Mostly what we got an episode of was Krusty being a manipulative asshole who most likely was just manipulating a princess to most likely like him or do whatever, or treating her like his sister, who she reminds him of, which I didn't know until he fucking said it. So I was like, oh, okay, well that's interesting. And I know that this has its place, but the past 8 episodes, they really kind of haven't done anything aside from just sit around this castle all day and then basically tell us the same thing over and over and over again for the longest while of yeah, man, the people of the castle, they don't like us. So yeah, let's try and find ways to make them like us. And really, I get it already. Have them do something else, which kind of ends my breakdown solely because that's kind of all that happened this episode. What's going on with the young adventurers doing the little training camp? Nothing, because all they did was just sit around a campfire and just say, yeah, we was doing this for an hour and we keep getting our ass beat because we don't know what basic teamwork is. So yeah, that happened. However, flipping it now to why this episode doesn't why Log Horizon as seen is boring to a lot of people is because, and drum roll please, the reason why people see the episode, or at least this series, is boring is because the first few episodes kind of painted this show as completely different from how it is now. From the earlier episodes, you kind of saw. You kind of felt that necessarily they had their priorities in order when they said, yeah, this is going to be a combat-heavy show where basically the characters are still going to have all of their MMO titles and all of their MMO abilities, and we will slowly tell a story through combat while also having them visit other places, giving villains different motivations and plans, and we will keep it going while still having high-action combat. After they kind of visited the other town and came back and they learned the secret of food, or at least how to make food taste like food, the entire series kind of just fell into a standstill. It's almost like that when they wanted to make it. It's almost like when they wanted to have all the interesting things happening, which is they could have did so much more with the whole the way how their last thing ended with them taking over the trading guild. It could have been a whole thing of them actually fighting other players within within the thing, but they didn't do it. It was just some lazy thing of just blacklisting them outside of the guild tower so they can't go and access their gold anymore, which to be honest is pretty boring. It's or at least it was so underutilized and so just wasted. It's really, you could have did way more with that, but they didn't. Then then basically we have what's going on now, and they did honestly kind of paint like some interesting stuff, or at least like some interesting tools there, of saying like, well, yeah, you know, we can actually, man, like have like this whole thing, man, with the castle not trying, man, to having problems with them. You know, this could have been something of them leading them up on like some dangerous quests, just so that, man, they make it like slowly show like how fucking useful they are, but they don't do it. It's only just this stupid thing of just them just sitting in a castle, debating over things that we already know. Move on to something else, but they're not doing it, and it's a fucking problem, and it's really sucking some of your interest out of the show. Well, not some, a lot for other people. It actually makes me angry, because it's like the show started out one way, and I look at it now, and it's something completely different, or at the very least, it's a reason why Beyond the Boundary could get away with basically doing the exact same thing as that Log Horizon is doing now. Reason being, because it knew its tone, and it knew what it wanted to do. In terms of Log Horizon, for like those first 5 episodes, it knew what it wanted to do, and then afterwards it kind of just fell flat on its face and just sort of just turned into, and then just sort of just laid there, and then just turned into like this terrible thing that you didn't want to look at anymore, except for out of pity. So most likely, thing is, it's not a bad show. It just doesn't know its tone, and give or take that, it's honestly kind of sad now, because in these past few episodes, there really isn't anything that we can do in the future to most likely like erase this stuff now, because it's just lingering on nothing for like the past few episodes. So yeah, that's kind of what I think about it. It could be better, but give or take with how things are going, it really isn't going to be any better. So hey, Log Horizon episode 13 was okay for its beginning and for what they showed us with the little adventures, but in terms of what's going on with the castle, we already know what's going on there. The people don't like them, and they will never like them. However, there was a little hope, like at the end of the episode, of this new mage coming up and possibly trying to give them some information about why Apocalypse happened. So I'm just gonna watch the next episode to see how they fuck that up. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. You keep watching my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.